What is up, guys, and welcome back to another series which I'm going to be starting on this channel, which is going to be a Manchester United career mode, which is going to involve the real life press conferences, interviews, flash interviews, post-match analysis, post-match conferences, everything that's in real life but embedded with this career mode. You're going to be seeing me doing all this, like the Mourinho, the setting up everything, and this is the pilot episode. Of course, it's about 21 to 22 minutes long because of, I had to get like the transfers in. I had to get the interviews from the transfers of Matic and Lukaku, which is going to be seeing in a second. I thought it would be kind of good to do this. I had a thought of this over the weekend, and it'll be going up whenever I might not do for Champions review anymore, purely because it's basically the same thing. I wanted to put something else into the week because all I do is just Foot Champions and doing all this. So I wanted to take out the Tuesday slot of doing what do you call it, Foot Champions. I wanted to take that out and just do this career mode, which is going to be pretty good because it's pretty easy, but it is kind of time consuming, because you have to get the clips, and you have to get the clips from the interviews, and sometimes you don't have the post-match analysis, sometimes you have the post-match interview but you don't have the pre-match interview. You have to get everything, and it's kind of difficult, but I managed to get most of the things in this thing, so I'm gonna try and make it as if it's real life. Hopefully this won't sound just me doing post-commentary or anything. But as you're seeing on the screen right now, we're just getting into the whole manager mode thing. There's gonna be parts in this video where you're gonna see where you should turn up the volume, but you should kind of be careful, because literally the next clip after putting up the volume is gonna burst your eardrums, because I took the lineup thing from real life and I put it into this game, so it's gonna be, as I said, it's a mixture between real life videos and in this. So it's kind of different. I've not seen this done on YouTube, so that's why I thought I might as well get something like this done. And yeah, I did do a Milan career mode, as you're seeing on the screen. I did do a Milan career mode, but when it came to my mind that I should do something with Man United, I always watch up all the post-match, pre-match press conferences and everything. I should do that, because I really love Man United. Man United is like my team. Of course, we lost yesterday to Man City, but you can't dread over that for the whole year, can you? So you just have to move on. We're about 3 minutes into the thing. I think I'm gonna keep this kind of short and sweet, to be honest, because then there's like different parts where it jumps to one thing, jumps to another. So right now we're just looking through the shirt sales and all this objectives. So yeah, in the second right now we're going to be getting into us signing Romelu Lukaku. So yeah, I will see you on the other side.
Everton have accepted a £75 million bid for Romelu Lukaku from Manchester United. Let's go live to the Northwest Show and speak to James Cooper, who's waiting to talk to us. James, right, tell us more.
It's the biggest deal of the summer so far, and Manchester United have got the man that they wanted. Sources are telling me that Romelu Lukaku has been their #1 target throughout this summer.
Is at United's training ground. So, Alan, we know that this deal is now done. It's been confirmed by the club. But have we seen the man himself at all this afternoon?
Yeah, we unfortunately haven't, although many Manchester United players have been arriving at the training ground. They were due to begin training around about 4 o'clock, so probably underway now. But my understanding was that Matic was here yesterday, obviously finalising the deal, making sure that the personal terms were correct, undergoing the medical. So it's all been concluded. The deal is done. It's a 3-year deal. Around about £40 million in terms of the cost of the move from Chelsea for a player who turns 29 tomorrow as well. But it's not really about the resaleability as far as Jose Mourinho is concerned. It's about the here and now, and he's a player who he believes could be pivotal to him in terms of bringing the best out of others at Manchester United, such as Paul Pogba. So Matic expressed his wish to join Manchester United and link up again with Jose Mourinho. It'll be the second time that the former Chelsea boss has captured Matic. So he obviously likes him, knows what he can bring to the football club. I understand he's going to wear the number 31 jersey. The question now is whether he is in there joining in with the training that's being carried out at the moment, and whether he'll actually turn out for Manchester United, and whether those fans will get a first look at it in the friendly that they'll play against Sampdoria, which takes place on Wednesday. Otherwise, he may wait until the Super Cup game against Real Madrid, which is on August the 8th. But we'll certainly keep an eye out and see whether Nemanja Matic appears after the conclusion of the training when the players leave over the course of the next couple of hours. But good news for Manchester United. It's the third major signing of the summer, following Romelu Lukaku and Victor Lindelof. So all good as far as United fans are concerned. Matic is in and he's signed. Deal done.
Thanks very much indeed, Alan.
Manchester United are delighted to announce the signing of Nemanja Matic from Chelsea on a 3-year contract with an option to extend for a further year. The 28-year-old Serbian international midfielder has won a number of club and individual honours, including league titles in both England and Portugal. Well, Jose Mourinho said Nemanja is a Manchester United player and a Jose Mourinho player. He represents everything we want in a footballer: loyalty, consistency, ambition and team player. I'd like to thank him for his desire to join us, because without that it would be impossible to have him here. I'm sure our players and supporters will love him. A big welcome to our new number. Well, Nemanja, first of all, welcome to Manchester United. How do you feel about becoming a Manchester United player?
I feel great. Manchester is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I'm very happy because I'm now part of this great club, part of this great group. And I'm looking forward to start to train with the team and to start to play the games.
It is currently 11th of August and we're now going to get into the pre-match press conference of Jose Mourinho for Manchester United versus West Ham.
Hello Jose.
Hello.
25th anniversary as it is now of the Premier League coming up to now, brand new season just about to start. How do you still feel about the season? How much would it mean for you come May to be the Premier League champion?
What means for me to be the Premier League champion?
For the football.
I think it's the objective of every one of the top teams and every one of the top team managers.
You made a number of changes as well, obviously. You brought in a number of players over the summer as well. How much stronger do you feel you are going into this new season as you were last season?
Look, we had 3 players, as you know. 1 defender, 1 midfielder and 1 attacking player. But for this beginning of the season, we lost important players too. We lost Marcos Rojo. We lost Ashley Young, we lost Luke Shaw, we lost Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we lost players for injuries. So I think between the players we lost and the players we got, I think we are in a similar situation with more experience of working together, with a much better pre-season than we had last season, with the confidence levels of a team that won an European competition, is back in Champions League, so motivations are higher, confidence levels are higher, and the knowledge between ourselves is higher. So I would say I'm really happy to start the Premier League this weekend, because our pre-season was very complete, and was a pre-season organized in a way where we start playing against MLS teams and we ended playing against the best teams in Europe. So I'm happy to start Sunday. I'm really happy. I think we are ready.
You brought back success, you brought trophies last season. What's the next step, and is this squad capable of winning a title in your second season?
Yes, we can. We can. Europa League is not Champions League. Obviously, it's more difficult to win the Champions League than the Europa League. But also the motivation is higher. Also, my hard work last season of motivate the people to face the Europa League with ambition and with commitment and with responsibility. My work was hard at that level. This season, in relation to the Champions League, is not hard to motivate them to play against Real Madrid, Barcelona, the top English teams. If we go through the group phases, Bayern Munich, Juventus, is not. I don't need to work at that level, so the motivation is more than enough. Then the Premier League is what you all know. I would say 7 teams to fight for the title, and 20 teams to fight for the victory every weekend, every match. And this is a Premier League, different than any one of the other leagues. And I worked in 3 other leagues, a part of the English one. And the cups are also what you know. Every opponent wants to win every match. Every opponent gives you a hard time. But we are involved in 4 competitions, and step by step, match after match, we are going to fight.
You mentioned Zlatan. What's the situation? How optimistic are you that A, he'll come back, and B, he might come back in the Manchester United shirt?
You know, he's injured. He needs time to recover. He's not ready to play tomorrow. It's not something urgent. It's not something that you are desperate to have it done or not done. I just think that he was very clear by showing that what he did last year was not enough for him. He thinks he can do more. He wants more at football highest level. So we are having conversations, and we are discussing the possibility of him to stay with us for the second part of the season.
Jose, you mentioned the getting stronger. You made the 3 signings. That was the minimum that you wanted going into the new season. How confident are you that you will strengthen in other areas of the pitch still before the end of the window? And which areas of the pitch will you be looking at?
You know, I in my initial analyze, coming from January and progressively through the other months, I was thinking about 4 players. But I'm not a difficult person to work with, in spite of sometimes it looks different or you want to make it look different. I'm not a difficult person to work with, and I understand the reality of the market. I understand the reality of the numbers, and I also understand that my club, by doing 75% of what I initially asked, I think the club did very well. So I don't think I am in a position of crying, of moaning, of protesting. I'm not in a position to say that I'm not happy with. I'm happy with the effort the club did. I'm happy that the club managed to do 75% of the work before the Premier League starts. And if until the 31st of August the remaining 25% don't arrive, I will not moan. I will just go with everything I have to try to win every match we play.
Last question.
Jose, on the tour you said that the winger was the other 25%, but there's been lots of talk about full-backs. Is that an area you're happy with? Is that somewhere you're looking to strengthen as well?
You know, 25% means 1 of 4. Means 1 of 4. And we got a central defender that can play in many other positions. which is important. Victor can play right back, can play central midfield. We got a central midfield. We got a striker. Obviously, the 25% would be a player for another position, playing from the sides. But we have players. We have players, and if we cannot strengthen the team in these areas, we have people that we trust, and we go for it.
It is the day of the first Premier League game of the season, Manchester United versus West Ham United at Old Trafford, and it's going to be a very, very anticipated game. Obviously, you've seen here Romelu Lukaku warming up. Will he make his debut? We'll find out in just a second. For this clip, you're going to have to put your volume up just until about 17 minutes, because that's when the lineups actually do end up coming in. But yeah, watch the rest of this video and I'll be back in a moment.
Start. Here's his chance. It's his start today. Yeah, a goal here would certainly help his cause. It would relax him. You don't want to go 3, 4, 5 games not having found the back of the net. The Serb Nemanja Matic is the new signing here. Whatever job they give him, I know he'll do to the letter. He's that kind of player. Yeah, he's strong, he's powerful, he surges forward with great effect.
Jose Mourinho's second Premier League season at Old Trafford starts with this lineup. David De Gea in goal. Eric Bailly and Phil Jones suspended for the Super Cup on Tuesday come into the defence. No place for Victor Lindelof. But the other two summer signings both start. One of them, Nemanja Matic, going for a third Premier League title in 4 seasons after his switch from Chelsea. And there is a place for another former Chelsea man, Juan Mata. And the other major signing, maybe the major signing, Romelu Lukaku, who turned down a return to Stamford Bridge to come here to Old Trafford from Everton. Slaven Bilic has been able to bring in proven Premier League experience in the summer, like Joe Hart in goal. And Pablo Zabaleta at right back. On the left, it's Arthur Masuaku, with Aaron Cresswell not 100%. In midfield, Mark Noble, captain, a survivor from the Hammers' great escape here on the last day of the season, 10 years ago now. And it's a sentimental return to Old Trafford for Javier Hernandez, who's joined by record signing Marco Arnautovic from Stoke. Lanzini, Carroll, Snodgrass and Antonio amongst those not ready for this first game.
There you have it. Manchester United have beaten West Ham United at Old Trafford 4-0. 2 goals from Romelu Lukaku, a goal from Anthony Martial and Paul Pogba to secure top position for Manchester United. We'll now hear the thoughts from Jose Mourinho in the post-match interview. Here he is with Jeff Shreves.
Jose, that's Manchester United's biggest win for nearly 3 years. Could that have gone much better today?
I don't think so. You know, the game was difficult. The game was open. With 2-0, they had a chance, and you know, I don't think the game was for a 4-0. Then, of course, you score the third goal, and you breathe, and you relax, and you play with a lot of confidence, and probably 10 more minutes, more goals. But I think the reality of the game was always a difficult game for us.
Did you get exactly what you were looking for from your players?
I think we didn't start especially well. I think we started a little bit nervous, 10-15 minutes, not so confident. But then, yes, we had a quality performance, a good personality, and a word that I like, which is confidence. Team was confident. Team played with lots of confidence, and even with the result 2-0, which is an open result, obviously, especially in the Premier League, the team was confident and kept playing football, and I'm happy. I think it was a very positive performance.
In terms of confidence, will that give Romelu Lukaku bucket loads 2 on his debut?
No, it's always important, you know, new players in new clubs, new strikers. Everybody expects goals from them. The pressure is with them. Nice for Morata to score, nice for Wayne Rooney to score, nice for Lukaku to score, and probably others that I don't, Lacazette, and probably others that I don't know. I think it's always nice for their confidence.
It's only day one, but this is the sort of game that you struggled to win last season. So is that yet another good omen?
True. The fact that we start winning and that we are top of the league means nothing, because last season we start winning and I think we were top of the league also on goals on the first match. So means really nothing. The performance, and again, the levels of confidence is what means for me. You know, I think we lost 2 points against West Ham last season here. We had lots of similar matches where we were dominant, but we didn't score enough goals. Today we did, and we got 3 important points.
Just since the end of the game today, people have been saying that's more like the Manchester United of old, a swagger, far more entertaining. Is that deliberately so on your part?
You know, it's about confidence. If in the last 20 minutes they score 2-1 and then the game is open and Slaven bring Sacco and then bring another one, and you feel the pressure, and for sure it wouldn't be entertaining. But the reality is that in the last part of the game, instead of being boring and controlling the game, we scored the 3rd goal, and after that everything is open to enjoy it and to make it more goals. So I think it's also a consequence of the confidence levels, which is very important to play football.
So very happy on your first day back?
Yes, I'm happy.